I feel like it's not wanting to stick right here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing 3 looks with the brand new Anastasia Amrezy palette. If you guys missed my initial first impressions video, you guys know I am not the biggest fan since the glitter transfers all over my hands from the palette, but I'm still going to be doing 3 looks with this palette. Maybe I'll love it a little bit more, but so far I'm not that impressed with it, just saying that right off the bat. But I am going to be trying to use 2 different primers. I'm going to be using mostly the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer, and then I'm going to try out using the Fenty Beauty primer just on my lids over top of this to see if maybe having a stickier primer would help these glitter shades a little bit more. But we're gonna jump right into this and get into the first look. As for all of my 3 looks 1 palette videos, let me know which look out of the 3 were your favorites, and let me know your opinion on this palette. I know a lot of you guys in my last video agreed with me, but let's see what kind of looks I can get. All right, per usual, zooming you guys in so you guys can see everything. And I did put both primers on. My eyes feel very strange right now, but I also want to point out there is a lot of glitter left over from that shade Liddy that I used the other day that I could not get off. So I'm probably gonna have glitter on my eyes for a while. But the first look that I want to do, I want to kind of stay in the kind of bronzy area because they have this shade, this shade, this shade, and then a lot of these deeper browns. And I really want to, since yesterday I stayed with a lot of the pinks, I really want to go a little bronzy, maybe with a pop of blue. But that's my thought process with this. I'm going to try out the shade New Yorker. Now, I know she said that these are totally different shades, even though they look very similar, but on me, both New Yorker and OG look pretty similar. And honestly, if you're doing a look with these and you're of my skin tone, I feel like they're gonna look pretty similar on you too. But I'm just going and putting this all in my crease, kind of making a transition, and I'm using a light amount because yesterday, you guys know, I went a little too crazy with the shade OG, and that went super dark super fast. All right, now I'm going to take the shade 1988, and I'm going to take it with the same blending brush, and I'm just gonna focus this in my outer corner, and I kind of want to wing it out, make it very smoky. And then I'm gonna take the shade You Go and a smaller blending brush and just go a little bit lower. All right, let's get into the shimmer shades now. I'm first gonna take the shade Georgina. I'm gonna try and take it dry and put it in. What on earth are y'all doing? My dogs are going crazy right now. I just fed them breakfast, or the puppy breakfast, and he's done, and now he's like flipping the bowl around. All right, I'm gonna blend that shade out in a little bit, but now I'm gonna take the shade Dragon, and I'm gonna put that all in this inner corner area. The Fenty primer definitely helps with the shimmer shades, that is for sure. There is not as much fallout, and they go on pretty well dry. And then I'm just gonna go back in with that New Yorker shade and just help blend out this outer corner a little bit. Now I want to use the shade Gemini, but it is the glitter shade, so I'm going to be trying to use my MAC mixing medium for eyeshadow to see if maybe this will help. All right, so I have the glitter all mixed up on my hand, and I'm just gonna pat this in the front of my lid. Glitter is the most frustrating thing on the face of this planet, I swear. I think it helped to get it to stick more, but it's still not the way that I really like for it to be. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Alright, so the rest of my makeup is done, and I just need to finish my lower lash line. So I'm going to take this shade You Go, and I'm gonna smudge this on this outer part of my lower lash line, connecting it with that kind of wing shape that we already had going on. And then I'm gonna take the New Yorker shade and blend that into the front of the lower lash line. And then I lost a lot of the gold shade, so I think I'm gonna highlight with the shade Dragon. Don't know how well this is gonna go. Okay, that did pretty well. I'm actually gonna take that same Dragon shade on a blending brush and blend it up more into this inner crease area. Yeah, as you can see, some of this glitter is starting to flake off, and some of the glitter is really stubborn about not moving. Every time I use this palette, my hand is covered in glitter. But I'm gonna do my mascara. All right, and this is the finished first look. I used the lipstick, the ColourPop Lippy Stick in Ziggy for this look because I wanted something a little bit more of a pop. But as far as the glitter, I'm over it. I don't like the glitter at all. It does look pretty from a distance, but when you really look at it up close, you can see like it looks like crap. It looks textured. I'm just not a fan of the glitter. As far as the rest of the eyeshadows, I think it looks really good. I think I love the gold, the shimmers, the kind of winged out look. I've been kind of digging that if you guys haven't noticed. But for the rest of these two looks, I'm probably not going to be using the glitters because I used the first glitter in my initial first review, and with this glitter, I am just not about it. I tried putting it on with my finger. I tried a sticky primer. I tried mixing it with the mixing medium, and I just don't like the way it feels on my eyes. I don't like feeling like it's gonna go into my eyes and it's gonna hurt me or something like that. I'm just not a fan of glitter. It's just a personal preference. For now on, I'm not gonna be using the glitter, so say goodbye if you do love glitters, because I do not. But now let's get into the second look. All right, we are getting into the second look. Again, no glitters, but I have my eyes primed and I'm ready to get into this. All right, so with the two primers, it makes my eyes freeze. So let me pat this out a little bit. We're gonna do a little something different with this palette now. I'm gonna take the blue shimmer. This is Leo. I'm gonna take it with a blending brush and put it in this inner corner area. And then I'm gonna take that one shade that I can't say, Simisa, whatever the shade. And I'm gonna blend this in this like upper crease area, and I'm being pretty light-handed with this. I don't want it to be super pigmented. I just want it to be a bit of a wash of something that's matte, that is not a brown. I want this look to be more springtime appropriate. And then I think I do want to take this in the outer V as well. Now I'm going to take the shade Cupcake, and I'm going to put that in the very inner corner and kind of overlapping it with Leo. Ooh. When you overlap it with Leo, it looks so pretty. And then I'm going to take the shade Reezy. I'm going to put this all over my lid. And if you guys can see, I am getting some fallout. I'm going to take my finger. There we go. Yeah, I like this shade a lot better with my finger. I feel like it has way more of a pop to it. Do you guys see that? I feel like it's not wanting to stick right here. This palette is irritating me more and more. I'm gonna go back in with that matte purplish shade and just blend out the pink a little bit. Why is it that this eye, like, it looks like it keeps fading? Am I going crazy? I'm gonna take more Cupcake and kind of just go back over this inner corner area. And then since I already did my foundation for this look, I'm gonna go ahead and work on my lower lash line. I'm gonna take that same purplish shade that I cannot pronounce, put it underneath my lash line, and then I'm gonna take the shade Yugo, just like kind of a purpley deep brown shade, really close to my lash line. Man, I feel like they could have done so much better with this palette, and it's really beating me up about it, because when I do looks like this and I see like springtime festival kind of, I don't know, it just makes more sense to me why they would release it right now. And then the rest of the palette, I'm just like, well, what even happened here? And then I'm gonna take the shade Wasted. I'm gonna highlight my inner corner, my brow bone. This palette is just not making me happy. And then I'm gonna take the shade Leo again, and I'm gonna put it right on my inner lower lash line right here. And then since this pink is really starting to drive me nuts, since it is fading, or I don't know what the heck is going on with it, I'm gonna take this shade Barb on my finger, try and pat it over the center of the lid. All right, I'm gonna go finish the rest of my makeup, and I'm gonna be right back. All right, and this is the finished second look. I am still not that happy with this at all. I like the whole like cotton candy look that it has, but the glitter is still all over me. It won't come off. The pink shade is still kind of fading in a weird way on my eyelid. Don't understand that. Got mascara on the top of my eyelid. Whatever, it's one of those days. And I'm just kind of like really getting way over this palette instead of falling in love with it more. I'm just kind of like, get it out of here. I mean, I feel like if they did a palette with like more inspiration, with like this kind of a look, like cotton candy, spring, something along those lines, without all these like stupid matte shades. I mean, I'm just being like quite frank, to be honest. So like, I like this shade in this palette, and I like this shade in this palette, and I do appreciate the black. But seriously, like, the least you could have done is move these two shades away from each other to where they don't look exactly the same. You know what I mean? And then all of these shades, the glitter shades, I'm just like, really, like, but I feel like this whole part of the palette where it's like pinky, festive, spring, it makes sense. It goes along with the palette. But the other part of the palette, like the glitters, brown shades, I'm just kind of like, what the heck? And then the glitter shades freaking don't come off of your eyes. I know I'm complaining so much, but I really just, glitter drives me crazy, and I'm starting to get to that point. But we have one last look with this palette, and then we're done, and I'm most likely going to return it. Just being quite real honest, I really don't like this palette. I thought I might fall in love with it more because I do collect Anastasia palettes, but this one not hitting the mark with me at all. Sorry, no. All right, let's go to look number 3. All right, so for this last look, I already have my eyes primed and I'm ready to get into this, but I want to do something a little bit more cut creasy, dark, smoky, shimmer on the lid kind of a vibe. So that's what I'm going to try and go for. So I am first going to take the shade that I cannot pronounce and I'm going to blend that into this inner corner area. Sorry, my puppy's getting a little rowdy today. I've been trying to film the 3 looks all day long. Well, not all day. Well, I started pretty early in the morning, but he doesn't have a nap time for a while, but I need to get this done. So I'm trying to rush through this a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take the shade OG, and I'm gonna start blending this outer corner. I'm going to make it pretty smoky, so I'm gonna get this going here. And then I'm gonna take the shade 1988, and I'm pretty much gonna be doing the same thing, focusing this in that outer corner area, deepening everything up more. And then I'm gonna take the shade Yugo, and I'm gonna go along where that other purple shade is and start deepening the crease on that inner corner. And then I'm gonna take a mix of OG and 1988 and putting it on my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take the shade BK, black shade, and I'm just gonna go right in very part of my outer corner, deepening everything up. And then I'm also gonna take the black, connect it to the lower lash line, and then I'm gonna go back in with 1988, help to blend out that black a little bit more, and then going back in with OG. And then from here, you could honestly put any of these shimmer shades on to your eyelid, but I'm just gonna take the shade Anastasia, and using it wet, I'm gonna put it all over the empty part of my lid. And I'm also gonna highlight my inner corner with that shade. And then I'm gonna take the shade Wasted, highlight my brow bone. And then I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer, take it on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna take an angled brush with a bit of that Fenty primer, and I'm gonna line crease area. And then I'm gonna take the shade Barb. I'm gonna try and tap that shade. Oh my god, this is falling out everywhere. It looks really pretty though. Oh geez, it's all over the place. Oh my gosh, there's so much fallout. Oh my heavens. All right. Well, I'm gonna go back in with that shade Anastasia, and I'm taking it wet again. And then I'm just gonna go and clean up any spots. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup. All right, and this is the third and final look. I do like this look the most out of the three, but I would like to know what y'all's opinions are, which one you like the most. I mean, I feel like I could honestly get this look out of any palette. I mean, even the Manny MUA X Morphe palette, I feel like I could get a pretty similar look that I've gotten from that palette, and that palette's $20, and it makes me a lot happier than this Amrezy palette. I'm definitely gonna probably return this palette. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be the next day, but definitely not gonna keep this palette at all. The packaging pisses me off. The glitter pisses me off. There's a lot of things that just make me irritated about it, and I have 1,000 shades that are brown, that are this like magenta-y pink kind of color, so I'm really not, like, there's only one shade in this whole palette that I would really consider keeping this palette for, and it is the Barb shade. But honestly, this whole palette makes me so angry that I'm not going to keep this palette for that one shade. But that is my final review, final video. Not making any more videos with this palette after this. This was a nightmare. But let me know y'all's opinions. Let me know which look was your favorite. And don't forget to give this video a big ol' thumbs up for doing all three of these looks. And if you guys didn't see my initial first impression review of this palette, I'll have that video right over here. This video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here where you click on it and subscribe to my channel.